Help support our coverage using Blueberry, the community that gives creators the ability to make money, get detailed audience measurements, and host their audio and video. Get 30 days to try out the service using promo code Blueberry004. That's BLUBRRY004.
All right, so there was a bit of a technical. Go ahead and start over again. I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead.
Not a problem. Good morning. My name is Miguel Casillas. I am the Senior Director for the format ecosystem for TrueCut Motion, a very exciting new product from Pixelworks, my company. And it's a pleasure to talk to you guys a little bit this morning about perfect motion on every screen, from television to cinema and mobile and either way.
So go ahead and give us the full elevator pitch on what your product does.
Yeah, so TrueCut Motion is its first of its kind format that we announced here at CES today that essentially allows a director, filmmaker, content producer to motion grade their film, TV show, content, etc. For every screen, eliminating judder, the dreaded soap opera effect that you see in a lot of TVs. And really for the first time in the history of home entertainment and cinema, to be quite honest, be able to really dial in the look of motion and present their vision for what the film's supposed to look like without the judder, without the excessive blur, the soap opera effect, that waxy effect. And it's really exciting for us. We think it's an amazing tool. A lot of years in development on it, and we're ready to unleash it on the world, as they say.
It's interesting. This would be a product I'd almost expect to see at NAB. So, you're here at CES, then who's your target demographic you're introducing this to, and what's the goal for here at the show?
Yeah, great question, Todd. So I guess the first thing to try to unpack is when I talk about the format ecosystem, is to kind of sort of really unravel what that means and sort of all the components. So, first and foremost, TrueCut Motion is a tool that we can give to filmmakers, probably at essentially at a post-production house where they would do color grading. Normally, they would do a motion grade there. Mm-hmm. The second part of the ecosystem is a digital distribution platform, which we have some partners in the works. Let's say that we can't announce this week. And then the third thing that we're actually really super excited about is that TCL just announced their support for TrueCut Motion as their preferred motion playback solution for their TV sets, essentially in calendar 2022.
So a lot of that's built then actually into the technology of the actual television then, I'm assuming. Because, you do all the production before it goes digital, but then the TV has to be ready to accept that encoding, right? Is my thought process correct?
You're on the right track. No question about that. What makes our format ecosystem unique, though, is a lot of essentially the heavy lifting, if you will, is actually in the motion grading tool itself.
Gotcha.
So the TV set essentially just has to get thrown into sort of a playback mode.
Right.
When we flag our content, and then it knows automatically to trigger TrueCut Motion playback mode.
Gotcha.
Without the user manipulating any kind of remote control setting. There's no modes to fumble through on the TV set. It just kind of knows. And then the remarkable thing, which I actually kind of love, being a gamer and watching sports and other things, is that as soon as that piece of content is deemed over, an encoded flag essentially allows the TV set to return automatically, like a sticky, basically, return automatically to the previous mode you had, whether that was vivid mode or game mode, what have you. And with a lot of these new TV sets getting bigger and bigger, and really getting hotter and hotter, if we can be honest, right? Just getting brighter and brighter.
Sure.
Motion anomalies, judder, blur issues just become kind of more prevalent. What's great about our tool and our technology is not only does it let the director kind of dial it in, but it doesn't require the TV set to go into some kind of super dark mode, like a lot of these game embedded modes on TV sets or movie filmmaker type settings tend to do, because quite honestly, we watch TV at home in a lot of different settings, with bright rooms, living rooms, different kind of lighting setups, and so it kind of bypasses all that, doesn't require that, and you get this constant fluid judderless, non-soap opera effect playing back, and we think it's something kind of quite remarkable. When we were going back and essentially, talking to filmmakers, and we're doing that now, and we can't announce who we're working with yet.
Sure.
But we knew right away that we had a hit on our hands because, for the first time kind of in film history, I don't want to be too eclectic about that, but, to be able to you want your filmmaker, you as an audience member, or as a consumer of film, as a cinephile, you want to see what the filmmaker approved and what's kind of the auteur's vision,
right,
on screen. And especially now in our pandemic, let's be honest, we're consuming probably more media at home, at least for now, than we ever thought we would. And so if you have a filmmaker, willing to obviously work with an audio mixer to mix the film the way he wants you to see it, he or she wants you to see it, and have that same filmmaker do a color grade in HDR, whatever they want to control the color, well, why not control the motion and do a motion grade and get the exact playback look, the motion, feel and look that was intended, all the way from a big screen to any screen. And so that's a real big kind of value proposition for the filmmakers, and we're getting a lot of great traction on it.
It's interesting because if you look at some of the televisions that are coming out now, we were over in Central yesterday and walked through some of the big vendor booths, and the television video is almost more real than life, and I've been saying that for a while, especially with the OLED type displays and that type of stuff. And it's so vivid now, and it's almost almost truer than life experience.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting then that you're working with TCL, because TCL has really, on one side, they have a real low-end consumer product, but then they also have a little bit higher-end product as well. So to see them trying to up their game as well is a big thing. So do you see this then, this technology mostly going into the higher-end television sets? Where do you think it's going to be applied mostly?
Great question, and I don't know the answer to that, to be 100% honest, Todd. I know essentially TCL, they are doing their evaluation of kind of where and how they want to do the deployment, and that's going to be on our roadmap to work with them in the next couple of months. But I think you're absolutely right, though. I mean, the overall 50,000-foot view is the consumers want the biggest, the best, the brightest at home.
Yep.
And like you, I was walking the show floor yesterday, and I'm seeing all this just amazing, quantum and 4 LED and just bigger and brighter. And and don't get me wrong, there's some amazing displays that you can see here on the show floor. But if you notice, a lot of what's being shown on the floor isn't real cinema reel playback.
That's
of a
right.
movie.
It's a demo reel.
It's a demo reel,
right.
and they're beautiful, and it shows color, vibrancy, and you get that gamut look and the heat. And if I can be so bold, we want to kind of jump on board and be the ones that we are the ones that believe solve motion and de-judder and anomalies for this next wave of televisions. And we're just super excited about it.
For the folks out there that are following along from home, where can people go and check out this tech, maybe see a reel or something? Of course, if you don't have the enabled chipset or whatever, you won't get the full effect, but where can they get more information on this?
Probably the best place to start, actually, is on our website, TrueCutMotion.com, Pixelworks.com /TrueCutMotion. You can get all kind of some materials there, some explainer videos there, and definitely reach out for us if you want a demo. It's all in there.
All right, awesome. Thank you for coming out and sharing with us, and good luck with the rest of the show. I know we're in our last day here, but much success to you in your tech and deployment.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much.
TPN CES 2022 coverage is executive produced by Michelle Mendez. Technical directors are Kurt Corliss and Adam Barker. Associate producers are Nancy Ertz and Maurice McCoy. Interviews are edited by Joe Minnie. Hosts are Marlo Anderson, Todd Cochran, Scott Ertz, Christopher Jordan, Danielle Mendez, and Alante Sparks. Las Vegas studio provided by HC Productions. Remote studio provided by PLUGHITZ Productions. This has been a Tech Podcast Network production. Copyright 2022.